Ross Solomon!
Greetings YouTube, welcome to 0AD Newbie Rush. I'm Jim Cogan. It's Sunday, which can only mean a big ass 4v4 game on Newbie Rush here. I hope you're looking forward to this one. It looks like it's going to be an absolute belter. Let's quickly run through the runners and riders and see who we've got. Starting in the north with Team 1. Here we have ISAM 96. I've seen quite a bit of ISAM recently. Unfortunately, there's been a bit of a curse of ISAM going on. Is this the game where it all turns around? Playing as the Ptolemies, a rating of 1650. No slouch, but it's not fair to say it because different people submit games, and in recent games, ISAM has been in them and he's been quite a force, but he's been on the losing side. So we're not trying to paint a narrative, it's just the order of the games that come in. But on Newbie Rush at least, ISAM is on a losing streak, and we're hoping today could be the day it all turns around. Let's move along. In the purple, playing as the Britons, we have Pistol Pete, who appears to have destroyed their rating. Pistol Pete is a much improved player from when I first covered them. I don't think I'd stand a remote chance of beating Pistol Pete in a 1v1. So I would estimate that Pistol Pete's rating is probably up in the 1600s, if not the very high 1500s, and probably some people would say maybe he's pushing the 1700s, I'm not sure. But we'll make a judgment on that today. Pistol Pete, Britons, no rating, purple. Let's move along. In the yellow, playing as the Romans, Paleologos, another player who's on a bit of a losing streak whenever we've covered them on Newbie Rush. So, high rating, 1649. Just one behind ISAM 96. So, two quite strong players on this team. Will this be enough to swing it for Team 1? Will Paleologos come good? Let's see. And rounding out Team 1 in the orange, playing as the Iberians. My new favourite Civ, I must say. It is Beskar, rated of 1534. If he lives up to his name, it'll be hard as nails and good in defence. But he's Iberians as well, so it's all made for a good performance from Beskar. Not a terrible rating at all. Is there much between a 1500 player and a 1600 player? I think we'll see. We will see as the ratings come from 1v1 games, and you don't know how many 1v1 games versus team games a person has played. We've also seen players like Let's Wave a Book who appear to be very much sort of 1v1 specialists. So I don't know. We shall see. I'm looking forward to seeing Beskar play, not seen them before. I'm looking over here and we're seeing a few incursions. It's just scouting. Nobody's attacked anyone yet. And it's the usual check for Cav, and a few players have gone in for Cav. Paleologos has gone in for Cav. So I'm keeping an eye for yellow dots. But let's introduce Team 2. In the blue, we have Vinmi. Rating of 1986. The matches, big hitter on paper. Facing off on here and already attacking ISAM 96 with Attack Dog and Cav, and that is the first death. We timed that perfectly, didn't we? I'm looking to make sure there's nothing else going on. But yeah, Vindy playing as the Britons. I do not know if this was choice or randomization. I've gone off the Britons. They used to be my favourite. That's probably a throwback to Alpha 23 days. Oh, look at this, the dog's going in. It's going to kill a load of these women, and there's a lot of targets there, so ISAM has got a problem straight away. I think the dog will get taken down as the women retreat into the CC. It's half dead. It's looking for other easy targets. It's got one there, and the women run away again. I think it's going to get one more. But yeah, I dropped the Britons in favour of the Ptolemies. I've now dropped the Ptolemies at the moment in favour of the Iberians. I've really wanted to mess around with the fire cav. That dog is surely going to die. God, what's this dog's name? Lucky? There we go. Health of 5. Oh, One hit will get it, and he's dead. The dog is dead. As I was saying before the dog sideshow, Vinme, our big hitter for this game, 1900 player. Got a bit of time for Vinme. Very strange individual if you ever encounter him on the forums. And I'm looking over here, we're seeing an attack already. So too much talking, too much going on. I suppose we better bring you what's going on over here. That was an attack by Paleologos on the red player, who's Mr. Michael, who I haven't introduced yet. And we've also got an attack over here. It's kicked off early. Well, well, well. So this is Escrow, who's obviously gone forward. Yeah, Escrow's a player we haven't looked at yet. He's also on team 2. And there are deaths happening. What's going down here? So Vinme has gone in with Cav on ISAM as well. Vinme already got 7 kills. We're going to have to rip through these players really quick. Okay, so we know Vinme's here is Britain's. In the green, Escrow 144. Don't know much about them. They're playing as Iberians. No rating. In the purple, we got Islam. Rating of 1099. So I'm flicking back to see how ISAM's getting on. But yeah, Islam, much higher rating when I've covered him previously. So he's obviously lost some 1v1s. And finally, Mr. Michael in the red. Mr. Michael playing as Spartans. And Islam was playing as Ptolemies. Let's focus back here. So this is a combined cav attack by Escrow 144 and a little bit of Vinme as well. And Vinme has provided infantry and 1 cav unit. Escrow has provided 8 cav units here. Might have lost a few in the battle. But ISAM already in huge trouble. The curse of ISAM continues. He's lost 26 for killing 11. Population at its lowest ebb completely. On the other side, Mr. Michael is encountering... Oh dear, what happened there? So Paleologos is hunting and trying to hassle Mr. Michael straight away. And at the moment, so is Beskar. Beskar sent infantry in. It's all happening faster than we can cover it in this game. So we've got a joint attack on this flank and a joint attack on this flank going forward. ISAM's still in a bit of trouble, losing buildings down the bottom to Vinme. In the meantime, Escrow is already up north here attacking Pistol Pete. I think he's going to get no change there. And down here we've got Paleologos and Beskar attempted to give Mr. Michael a bit of a pasting here. Is it working for him? Mr. Michael has lost 7. Vinme the big killer at the moment with 20. I'm keeping an eye. Escrow is still attacking over there. This looks bad for Mr. Michael. He's going to lose this territory. He has got a garrison barracks there. There is a sentry tower which has just been captured by Paleologos. That is usually the worst thing that can happen. They are quite easy to capture. It's trying to convert back, obviously. But for the time that it belongs in Paleologos' possession, it will be shooting at it'll be shooting at Mr. Michael's troops, buildings and everything. They're going for the capture on that barracks. I think there might just be too much in it. Maybe. Mr. Michael can't really know that. Maybe he should send as much infantry as he's got. He's got 17 infantry. Mind you, 10 of them, well, 8 of them are in that barracks, so you don't want to take them out. I think he's gonna get the capture. It's struggling. In comes some reinforcements now. So there are skirmishers and a hoplite just trying to cut these numbers down. They've captured it. That is a disaster for Mr. Michael. That is absolutely terrible. In the meantime, Escrow 144 has attacked ISAM again. Let's just go back to this and see how it's going. So bit of a disaster going on here for Mr. Michael, and I think he needs to sort of drop back and try and hold. He's going to lose these troops in, fighting in what is now Paleologos's captured territory. Yeah, he's already lost. Well, he's actually got more kills than he's got losses, but he's had to get out of there. He's still got some infantry in there. What's this? Another sentry tower going up. Trying to get some more kills as they go. He's down to his last hoplite, and there it goes. And they're going to try and deny this, and they probably are. It's not good. Not good at all. Mr. Michael now has dropped to the bottom of the stakes there. And here we see Pistol Pete on the attack. Obviously, this is not the game where you can just sit back because your teammates are being attacked right, left and centre. You got to get involved. So this is Pistol Pete going in on Vinmi, trying to give him a taste of his own medicine. He has found a lot of female citizens in there, and he could well get some kills there. Vinmi's done well. He's moved them to relative safety. There's no cheap kills now. He got 102. They're close to the CC. A lot of women there. And now he has to pull out. He's lost a few more horses. Pistol Pete, 16 kills for the loss of 9. Vinmi taking 18 losses overall from various bits and pieces. Is Pistol Pete going to find any easy targets down here? He's got other horses coming in, so he's got two lots of cav fighting. He's getting some cheap kills down here. These people gathering food. He's going to capture some Iberian houses. Further north, he's still getting a few kills as well, but here comes Vinmi's infantry. Over the other side, these guys just seemingly happy to stay there and make sure that the loyalty gets kept, and is producing from here as well. So he's trying to really keep hold of this. Some of the other buildings have gone neutral, so it's only a matter of time eventually that potentially the tower might lose its neutrality. It looks like if it's going to go anywhere, it might go towards Beskar. We are seeing some phasing up. Islan has phased up, and Beskar is in the process of phasing up. This is a really tricky one to kind of commentate on because there is so much happening. We're probably going to miss lots of detail. Pistol Pete's taken the long way round. He's grouped together his forces up here and seeing off bits of Vinmi. Looks like they're trying to keep Vinmi down. He's got a whole load of reserves here that are ready to come in. Possibly soften up the rest of the infantry, and then wipe them out and finish them up. It's a combined attack. He's coming in from two flanks and has thought better of it. Vinmi's just got too much infantry there, and that could possibly be the end of it. Who is winning at this point? Not Mr. Michael, unfortunately. He's pop capped at 60, really struggling to get his economy going. Isam 96 in a similar position. He's had a bit of a respite because all the fighting has been elsewhere. Pistol Pete has given him that, and now Pistol Pete is trying to hold Vinmi back a bit. It's an attack on the fields and the mining, so more victims there. Pistol Pete 24 kills for the loss of 10. And it is slowing Vinmi down a little bit, but you have to slow Vinmi down quite a lot because he is a very, very proficient builder of population. Who else is phasing up? Pistol Pete is now phasing up whilst microing this attack. I don't know if it's over. I think he's trying to get more kills here. Possibly even, maybe the possibility of a capture. I'm not certain. Yeah, they've dived into the barracks. There's 9 in there. They've now vacated. Is he going to try and go for a capture here? But he's taken some losses now. So this is good micromanagement by Vinmi. He just seems to know where he wants the horses to go. There are divisions coming in now of infantry, and they will surely see Pistol Pete off. Looking around, Pistol Pete is definitely going for a cav approach. This is going to be a sustained harassment. There's 26 of his cav. Another 5 have joined the fold. Who's he going to hassle now? Is he going back to hassle? I think his job is to focus on Vinny, basically, try and keep him down. Islan is now phasing up to phase 3. This is interesting. So he's raced through the phases. Vinny, Isam, and Mr. Michael, who, in all fairness to Mr. Michael, has really put his foot down. He's expanded the number of fields he's got and has boosted his population, still bringing up the rear, but catching up with Isam. We're seeing it is Islam who is miles ahead in terms of population. Second CC down now, or military colony, so small expansion. Looking to bolster this slightly weak flank that Mr. Michael has ended up with. So that's good team play. Islan looks like he wants this side to be solid. Paleologos has been quiet, still hunting, still got this territory here, and it's all his. Got a couple of towers, and they're both gradually shooting from distance at each other, just over this border. But Mr. Michael seems to have sort of contained the situation for the time being. Beskar has pop-capped himself on 138, but Islan has been producing, he's just been producing infantry like nobody's business. 132 troops, that is more than anybody else by a long, long way. He's almost reached pop max, so it would not surprise me if Islan starts a provocative attack at some point very soon. Over here, Vinny still having to fight off separate lots of cav. Escro's trying to escort them away, but it's one lone cav. He's going to lose that cavalryman straight away. Certainly brave, but they turn around and shoot him. He's dead. So, interesting. This is where the majority that horse has got away on health of 31. Did quite well to face them down, but Pistol Pete has 25 horses there. He's got more being produced all the time. And players now go into phase 3. Beskar is on his way. Isam is on his way to phase 2. Paleologos is on his way to phase 2. Islan already in phase 3. Vinmi still in phase 1. And I don't want to say Vinmi's in a bit of trouble. I'm sure Vinmi is waiting for the right moment for him in terms of his infrastructure. It's not one to be persuaded or dissuaded from a plan. But I would say he would probably be getting a little bit concerned. He's having to utilise quite a few women in there, when probably he would sooner have all of the women back in the fields and the infantry now kind of bolstering this flank. Pistol Pete has definitely swung it back in Team 1's advantage on this side. Over here, I think it depends how Islam plays. Mr. Michael's had to play a defensive game, do all his developing behind his lines, but he has now produced quite a solid front. Beskar, we've hardly seen anything of him apart from aiding Paleologos on that little land grab early on. Paleologos has kind of sort of sat back a bit now. Not too many plans for expansion. He's built a watchtower. He's got a watchtower here. It's actually Beskar's watchtower, but it's being shot up all the time by these towers, so they're keeping that fixed up. Fortress going up for Islam over here. So this is going to be quite a commanding presence on this flank. Over the other side, look at this. We're seeing absolutely shed loads of Pistol Pete's cav now coming in. How many is that? I'm sure it's more than 23. Trying to grab them all in one go just to see how many he's committed here. If they keep still for a moment, I'd be able to know. Looks like all 34 of them are going in, and they're going to go in to hassle presumably Vinmi or Escro. Escro has reached phase 3 now. Vinmi phasing up. And Mr. Michael now phasing up to phase 3. We're not seeing much in the way of conflict over on that flank. Is he going in on Vinmi from the south, or is he going in to try and hassle Escrow's plans for expansion? It's hard to say. I would imagine Vinmi's the more open target, being the Britons, no walls or anything. We're seeing some major movements on the far side of the map as we look at this. So Pistol Pete's really committing to this. He's got a kill death ratio of 2.8, absolutely the most deadly in the game at the moment, but the most mobile kind of attacking force. It's fallen a bit because I think Vinmi has got back at him with numbers. I'm looking at military upgrades as well. Beskar and Islan. That is going to be a hell of a fight over here. And we're seeing Mr. Michael straying forward, trying to recapture some of this territory. I think he's going to get that watchtower back. He may well get that barracks back as well. They've got the tower. No, they haven't quite got the tower. So this appears to be part of his plan. In the meantime, we are seeing Beskar fighting off, sort of dissuading an attack over there. I think he's going to have to come back and defend, or this is all going to fall to Mr. Michael. So Islan's presence has definitely caused Beskar a lot to think about. Paleologos has got a presence there. He is just over the border. Meanwhile, we're still seeing Pistol Pete attacking both the outskirts of Escrow's base and Vinmi. ISAM 96 is phasing up, and Vinmi's still the only person in... No, Vinmi and Paleologos both in phase 2. And Beskar's gone in. He's got all the military upgrades. Is he getting the kills? He's not, because Islan has decided to make his move. He's sent in the Rams. They've got to get through an Iberian fortress, which is no mean feat, but there are a couple of them. What upgrades have we actually got? Let's have a look. So, yeah, Islan has got all of the upgrades, so his troops are even tougher. It's very evenly balanced there. Beskar has the territory, but Islan apparently has the numbers. But both taking heavy losses here. It's going to be what crumbles first. That fortress is surely coming down any second now. There it goes. So that is quite a major victory. Mr. Michael's not been able to hold this territory. His population down to 174. That's disappointing. I thought he was going to take that all back. He has still headed forward. He's starting to capture some of Beskar's buildings from the back here, but these are just reverting back to Paleologos' control. Can't select that tower. Has he got the tower? So we're getting the usual slowdown, and it's making it a bit difficult to see what is going on. There are like 3 pictures going on here. He has got the tower, but Paleologos coming back at him. In the meantime, Islan is definitely inflicting bad stuff upon Beskar. Beskar down to a population of 68. And major developments happening on the other side. It looks like Vinmi has made a move. Yes. Or is it Isam making a move on Vinmi? I think it is Isam deciding he's had enough of pretending to be weak. He is going to go in on Vinmi. They're evenly balanced, but Isam has got into the middle of Vinmi's base with infantry pretty much largely unopposed. Pistol Pete is not there to support at the moment. Escrow is not there to back him up, so Vinmi's going to have to back his troops. He's already lost a barracks which has been destroyed. Who's this coming in? These are Vinmi's reinforcements coming in, so I think that should repel Isam's attack. But for the loss of a bit of material stuff. Further north, we have a mix of... no, it's Escrow and a little bit of Vinmi. And attacking Pistol Pete, but Pistol Pete has pulled his cav back. They're the meat in the sandwich, so I don't think that's gonna last. Over this side, Paleologos is doing what? Is he retreating? He is retreating. And suddenly, all of this territory, apart from this bit here, that one barracks, belongs to Mr. Michael again. And they are going to destroy that barracks. So they have evicted Paleologos from that area. Beskar is doing his best to rebuild. Islan is still near pot max. Mr. Michael 148. They could take Beskar here if they can do a consolidated attack. Paleologos has got pot max and he's trying to reinforce his own areas. Don't know whether he'll be able to assist Beskar. It could go badly for him. Mass destruction being heard elsewhere. That's yeah, clearing out of territory. Look at this territory that Mr. Michael has now got back. He's got rams of his own. He hasn't got much in the way of military upgrades, but he's got siege and is dismantling this infrastructure of Beskar's. Beskar's population back up to 94. On the other side, Pistol Pete's gone back in again and is trying to keep Vinmi down further. Vinmi, population of 155. 152 losses and counting. Vinmi's had to play a completely defensive game. He is still trying to get involved in aggressive moves. As is, look at this. Paleologos is just absolutely emptying the market and sending stuff over to Beskar. So Beskar's in trouble. The enemy is literally at the gates. Are they going to push through? Yeah, they're trying to take out those towers, and a couple of Islan comes in. So it's been a good team effort. The movement by Islan to support him and get all those upgrades and put all this resource here has really helped. This flank looks like it could be going down. Paleologos is coming in. On the other side, Isam launches another big offensive. He's got elephants in there. He means to knock over Vinmi's CC. Escrow is coming in to support. It's gonna be a difficult ask to get those elephants in there unimpeded. I don't know if Isam has enough infantry committed to it. He's got Pistol Pete with him and the cavalry, and they are definitely causing a bit of a rout. Can the elephants survive long enough to take this CC down? We'll have to watch this for a bit. I know there's stuff happening on the other flank. There goes Vinmi's CC, and Vinmi is in... Vinmi's in deep shit. There's no two ways about it. Population of 100, lost a CC. On the other side, the enemy are through the walls, and they are bearing down on the CC. Beskar is having to vacate. And I think he may well have possibly given up on that CC. It is fully garrisoned. There's a ram going in. They're trying to destroy the rams before they get too close. Over this side, though, Islan has pushed ahead into Paleologos' territory. And I think this entire flank could be falling. While over here, I'm sure Vinmi can rebuild, but has he got space? Has he attempted it? He should have resources. His teammates should see to that. There is quite an effort going on to basically eradicate Vinmi. Vinmi's headed over here with an army. It's all of the women. It's a large force. He does not have the resources right this second to build a new CC. So he's having to sit tight and watching his infrastructure go. Over here, Islan's attack has definitely been effective. He's got some towers, he's building, he's knocking down some of these areas in development. He's going to capture these barracks. Beskar has withdrawn and is trying to rebuild. I think Mr. Michael will find him, but they're busy trying to fight through this fortress. They've taken down the CC, but they've built a fortress. They've still got good territory there. And they're not going to be easy to get out of there. But it looks like Islan is making his way. Pistol Pete has decided to... oh, it looks like Vinmi's resigned. Binmi's resigned and a load of his troops now are attacking his former teammates. That is a disaster. Binmi, I think, has thrown the towel in way too early. So, yeah.
Yeah, Steve.
So Islan has something else to worry about, as well as Pistol Pete bearing down on him and giving him a bit of hassle. Oh, Islan has resigned. So, and there goes Mr. Michael. They're leaving Escrow on his own, and that, I think, is disappointing. Did Team 1 really deserve that? I'm not sure. I think Islan and Mr. Michael probably had that on this side, but having their teammate suddenly throw the towel in and decide he'd had enough, it just goes to show you, we've seen matches recently, as Escrow has left all on his own. It's surely only a matter of time before he goes. I think we'll probably spool it out, but we've seen matches where people have come back almost from the brink, supported by their teammates, and came back to turn things around. Vinmi was having none of that. He was not obviously getting the resources from his teammates. Maybe he didn't ask, I don't know. But he positioned an army quite close to Islan. And then when he resigned, that army turned neutral and began attacking Islan. So Islan just couldn't be dealing with that. I think Vinmi has possibly let his side down there, and it's only a matter of time. Let's spool it on right to the end of the game there. Put it on fast forward, and it looks like. Is it going to be Escrow who resigns? He's obviously got a strong position. You know, he's near pot max. He was doing okay. He wasn't massively involved in the business end, but yeah, surely he's going to have to resign at this point. I know how long the game is, so we'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's really disappointing when that happens, because we had quite a good game shaping up. Maybe Vinmi felt he was too important to the team to carry on without him. But, you know, if you're in a team game and you get taken out, you've got to find a strategic gap and you've got to rebuild. There's, you know, quitting is not an option, really, because you can have unforeseen consequences on it. You know, your team might come back from the brink and turn it around for you. As it is, Islan had enough after Vinmi went. Mr. Michael certainly was not going to fight that without Islan beside him. And poor old Escrow 144. Look, I mean, he's got major victories. He had everything to fight for in that game with a few teammates alongside him. He was a danger. We know what's going to happen. Basically, all of the other armies are now only have one common enemy, and they're going to slaughter him as best they can. So it's just a matter of time. And there it is. That's the end. Right, let's look at the summary. A somewhat unsatisfactory conclusion. I think Team 1, yeah, they get the points for that. Islan had a pretty high score. Escrow had a high score. Mr. Michael was coming back into it territory-wise. Vinmi was holding his own until he got attacked by multiple armies and then fell. And the great irony is, we've seen in a 1v1 game where Vinmi came back almost from the dead to achieve an unlikely victory against a very, very good player. Maybe he just couldn't be bothered. Who knows? Who knows? But Team 1 have it. It's a score of 41,877, plays 37,001. So comprehensive in the end. Top scorer, Pistol Pete. The horses caused Vinmi's downfall. Really, they had him hassled from the moment they got involved, and I think I'd have to agree with that. Who got the military score? That's going to be Pistol Pete as well. And who got all the kill-death ratio? Let's have a look. Without a doubt, Pistol Pete again. Looks like Islam was pushing him close, and that is what I think we've been denied. We've been denied a proper fight between Pistol Pete and Paleologos and Islam and Mr. Michael. I think they were involved. Beskar, he was getting a bit of a beating, but you know, he was not a knockover at all. I couldn't see Beskar resigning. I could see him rebuilding. I don't understand why Vinmi felt he couldn't do the same. Bit of a shame. Who actually, in terms of numbers, got the most kills then? It was a close run thing again. So Islam was the big killer over here, but Pistol Pete got more of them. 375. It's, yeah. I'm still a bit disappointed. I think there was a lot more game to be played there. As it stands, the victory on that flank with Isam in full flow, Pistol Pete on that side, I think they could have stopped Islam and Mr. Michael and Escrow. I'm not sure. Yeah, they both lost a player each. It was still evens. It was still anybody's game. They both lost to CC. Yeah. I think Vinmi's resignation was premature, and that cost his team completely. Most valuable player then. I think we've got to give it to Pistol Pete, just because early on it looked like Escrow and Vinmi were going to overrun Isam 96. He'd have probably been in a bit of trouble. But Pistol Pete came to the rescue and some, and I think he deserves that score. And I think we were talking about Pistol Pete's rating at the beginning. I think 1600s into the 1700s is fair based on that. I know he wasn't on a flank. It would be really interesting to see how he does on a flank now. But in the inner positions there, building up the cav really quick, he did really, really well. So I think Team 1 were the more cohesive team. Paleologos, we didn't see how he did when... Yeah, we got the victory, as did Isam, so the curse has been lifted. Interesting. Very interesting. I did enjoy that up to the point Vinmi resigned, and then I think, you know, it wasn't a contest thereafter. But congratulations to Team 1. Congratulations to Pistol Pete for most valuable player, and big thanks to Isam96 who submitted that game. I dare say he's been watching the last few weeks games he didn't submit where he's ended up on the losing side, wondering if I had some kind of personal grudge against him. I featured Isam quite a lot. He's a very, very good friend of the channel. He's been a very consistent submitter of games throughout the whole of the channel's life. So we massive thanks to Isam96, one of the first people to regularly submit games. And he submitted that game when I had a backlog out the door, which is why it's taken so long to show it. And it's just so happened he also featured in the games submitted by other players for the last couple of weeks. And in those, he got a bit of a kick in. But today he was victorious, as were Team 1. Congratulations again to them all. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to support the channel, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. Remember, you can now download the replay files for the 0AD matches that I cover if you want to view them yourself within the game via the 0AD Newbie Rush replay archive. Links to that and a whole bunch of other great 0AD related stuff are available in the video description, including how to submit your own game replays for inclusion in a future episode. Bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.